So we've got reports that Anthony Davis is 2 weeks away and LeBron James is close behind, about 3 weeks away from returning. Um, the Lakers are okay. They're 500. They're 12-13 since Davis went out. Fell from the number 2 to the number 5 seed. It would be something if the Lakers were the number 6 seed. If they came from number 2 all the way down, all the way up to number 6, that would be pretty amazing in itself. And what this is telling me is that Frank Vogel is saying that we could care less about seeding. We're just any injury or aggravation, and Vogel and company and Jeannie Buss are doing the job well. In the medical team of the Lakers, Anthony Davis won't get banged up too much if you rush him too quick. And for LeBron, always take age as a precaution. So that is a golden rule that the Lakers are living by, is that age is going to be a precaution. And we're going to do that for LeBron's sake. And we're going to do that for Anthony Davis. And also we're going to do that so people think that, oh, LeBron is seriously hurt. He's washed up. That people got to really believe that LeBron is out for all this time. But understand that the Lakers are just strategically playing this. So these guys are healthy 100% before the playoff. And Kyrie Irving at his first ejection the other night. The Nets are a joke. They nobodies. James Harden was out, but you losing to a Lakers team by 25 points without LeBron and Anthony Davis. The Nets are the joke. They're laughing stock. I need to see how the Lakers do against a team that they can't beat. The Lakers are having problems with the Sixers. I'd really like to go see the LA Lakers up against Philadelphia this year in the NBA Finals. I believe the LA Lakers are being ready to go out there and beat whoever stands in their way. Nobody ain't beating LeBron James. These are facts. LeBron is the best. He's the best in the game. If he wins, carries number 4 team in the East all the way to the Eastern title, it's LeBron has to be among the greatest to ever play the game of basketball. To see a Cavs team win 19 games, Michael Jordan's team won 55 games. See the Cavs lose 20 or over 20 straight games, amazing. Okay, that's interesting. It was a battle of wards that got them ejected. I have to go see the highlights of that. I can always recap the injury of that game, but yeah, that 126 of the Lakers points reminds me of Dak Prescott. So they gotta do the Dak Prescott extension video. Pretty much done with soccer this week, and getting the NBA back and seeing that the Lakers are okay. I mean, many people think the Nets are going to win. They ain't paying attention to Brooklyn. They ain't showing up to play a couple times this year like they did against Houston, like they did against Detroit. I remember the Nets. The one day that I did bet on basketball, I had them against the Detroit Pistons. I mean, they're garbage. I mean, for some reason, they can't really beat up on the Detroit Pistons. I mean, the Pistons beat the Lakers this year, and the Pistons are doing some pretty good things. But let's see if what Trump's big lie is.
We're going to lose this election as if the election is rigged. I think mail-in voting is going to rig the election.
See now, lunatic, he votes by mail.
From us is if this is a rigged election. This is the greatest scam in the history of politics.
Are you suggesting that you might not?
It was the most secure election in the history of America.
For a peaceful transferal of power after the election. Get rid of the ballots and you'll have a rigged transfer. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The election is being rigged, but we are going to stop it. We're going to beat the rigged system. We're going to beat the rigged election.
He's holding up his hands like this. I mean, look at him. Look at his arm gestures. The armed insurrection. Never again. I don't know why in that video they got rid of the insurrection tags. I have no idea why. Everybody hates my politics here, but I don't give a damn because I gotta talk about how bad libertarianism is too. But LeBron and company, these guys are not liked because they're trying to have a platform to spread the people. Yeah, I predicted Joe Biden to beat Trump in the election. The gematria proved it. You got that right, but Trump is not going to win anything in 2024. But if there are enough dumb people in America, then you may give us Ivanka in that particular year. That is a good question with Denver, although you think about Portland, but then the fact that Denver's a conference finals and the Lakers have to kind of beat everybody else. I mean, other than Jokic, Anthony Davis, there doesn't have to get the big man later on, but he will have to go up against Rudy Gobert or whatnot. We really got to see Anthony Davis show up this postseason. This is going to be a pretty tough run in the West. It'll be challenging, tight games, but LeBron is just too clutch. The series don't even make it to 7 games. That's how dominating LeBron is. And he's got a real power forward who can shoot a 3. Is like Shaquille O'Neal in the post. I mean, it's amazing. So we have, again, it's about, the stats are for losers. The Lakers are not about any of those stats. The Lakers are about winning. The Lakers will be an underdog. The Lakers will win. We got to have a chip on our shoulder. I got to see how many people in the NBA community think that the Lakers are not going to win the title. Because I did get a lot of those people last year, too. I mean, just the people out in the real world, not aware of gematria and all that, but still think the Lakers are not good enough for whatever odd reason when they've seen all that LeBron did against the greatest basketball team ever. I mean, LeBron to me is just the absolute most unselfish superstar of the modern era. I think LeBron is a better man than some other pro athletes out there. You can think a better man than Tom Brady, I believe. What was that? Peyton Manning tried to show that trainer his crotch or whatnot. And Peyton Manning is sexually illicit. But big news with Q. Going to break down the QAnon Epstein, pedophile ring that's happening between Trump and Clinton and Epstein and the rest of the billionaire elite. LeBron knows his place, place in the game. He knows what he has to do to become the best. He's got to be able to win a three-peat. Kobe three-peated, Michael Jordan did, and so LeBron needs to do that too. And that is the one thing that's missing from him before he equals and surpasses Kobe. It will surpass Michael Jordan, big compared joint Mount Olympus. I mean, Kawhi is going to stay at all that. I mean, he's going to be the king of LA. Kawhi Leonard. He'll take the maybe at the same time that LeBron owns the team or something. I don't know. I think that's certainly possible. The Lakers are doing just fine. It's again, you're about health. LeBron and company know that it doesn't matter because they're the best team out there. LeBron knows that you're going to get a tough team no matter who you face, but as the best team in the NBA, we should be anything that comes in our way. That's what LeBron is telling his brothers. He wants to face the competition. He's going to live up against the competition. LeBron James is as great of a specimen as there is in the game of basketball. LeBron is able to get his teammates involved. The brilliant etiquette basketballing of LeBron is great to see. That he slows down tempo. He gets guys involved. He does it in a bunch of creative ways with his passing. LeBron can jack up that three from the far arc in the corner. And LeBron can post up, pick and roll, Anthony Davis, mid-range jump shot, how far the defender is spaced out from LeBron. If he's just going to dribble up and take a quick mid-range jump shot, or if he's going to fake him out. Maybe he's that spaced back trying to prevent the drive or the mid-range shot to force LeBron to beat him from the three-point arc, and LeBron still does that many times. And so I believe it doesn't matter. LeBron will beat whoever stands in his way. LeBron and Anthony Davis are real champions. They understand that it's about their health. They will beat whatever goes in their way. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert and some of these other shooters on the Utah Jazz, they're spacing out the ball pretty well. Pretty big challenge in terms of making, not giving the Lakers, free roam, and that you're breathing down on the Lakers a bit. You're giving them some resistance, some competition, but then again, the brilliance of LeBron James overshadows the Utah Jazz, that the Lakers beat the Jazz in 6 games. And LeBron comes in and absolutely dominates the Jazz. The series is tied 2-2. The Lakers jump up 3-2. It's LeBron for the Utah Jazz too. And main thing to look out from the Lakers is who were the teams that they beat. Now, what a statement win against the Brooklyn Nets. I'm compelled to say that there's going to be some bright spots, but there's also going to be some disappointments here and there when these players are, not consistent performers night in, night out like LeBron and Anthony Davis. The teams that they're playing against kind of difficult. Drummond got hurt against the Bucks or whatever. He's out. Lakers have overcome more adversity than any three-peat team in the history of sports. The Lakers come in during a pandemic and do this. Real Madrid did it. With Ronaldo, they didn't. But he did. The Lakers three-peat began with coronavirus. Coronavirus was what decided the league that year. Under coronavirus environments when LeBron is being crowned king. It's really amazing to see a coronation for LeBron over at Brooklyn. And so rest is one of the biggest aspects of that. And I believe that there'll be no questions, maybe questions from the pundits. From what I've heard from LeBron personally, he is just fine. But he's just getting some extra time, maybe some time with the kids and all that. Yeah, LeBron, he'd be the GOAT, the real MVP. Just spend some time with your family, LeBron James, before coming back. You don't need to rush it. See, that's why LeBron is the best. I absolutely swear that. The way he's